With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, championship night on hand. That's right, Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series fires things off right here from Homestead Miami Speedway. All week long, championship week, we're going to crown 4 series champions, and we're going to start right here tonight with the ARCA Series. A lot of drivers already down there on track in this qualifying session. A little brief look at the track temperature. Things look pretty good out there. Only 82 degrees track temperature. Nice cool breeze coming off the ocean. 79 degrees for the fans beginning to file into the stands. Sold out packed house for the season finale championship night right here from Homestead. And we're going to go ahead and throw some of that qualifying information up to the left-hand side of your screen. What do you say we go ahead and add that for you? There you can see Jerry Cochran, top of the speed charts. Quick time in qualifying, 33.65 for the past 18. Grayson Jade Photography, Ford Fusion. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side. It looks like we've got a little bit of graphics glitch going on there, so we'll go ahead and take care of that for you. But glad you could all be here with us tonight as we crown our Season 4 champion. Will we see a new race winner? 11 different race winners so far this year, so not uncommon to see a new car, a new crew, a new team in victory lane. 58 of Sean Mitchell parks his Chevy Impala top of the speed charts. He's going to run quick time with a 33.57 as the final 2 minutes in qualifying remaining here in this 5-minute qualifying session. Music going to fade away in the background, and we'll get down to business. You know, as we mentioned, tonight's race being the final race here in Season 4, going to finally end out the 2021 season, Season 4. And we've got 8 drivers locked up, knotted up with each other. Jason Branch, Lee Campbell, Jerry Cochran III, as well as Hunter Collier, John McMillan, Senior Pierce Maffett, Noah Owens, Jim Thorndike, all with a shot for the championship hardware here tonight. And it's really a hands up. It's a toss-up here in the ARCA Series. No real driver really asserting themselves as the dominant driver throughout this season so far. I mean, 11 different race winners. That should tell you enough. It is very, very hard to dominate in this ARCA Series. Have a lot of drivers that have secured multiple top 5s, multiple top 10s, and that is how they made their way to the championship round to have a shot at it here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. Take that 88 of Noah Owens. A perfect example. Owens not going to victory lane this season, but having a solid, consistent year, and it has paid off. He had solid runs throughout the championship chase, and now that 88 looks to finish things off. Can he put the Ford Fusion in victory lane? Can he put the Ford Fusion in front of his fellow competitors and walk away with the hardware? Oh, well, we're just around the corner from pre-race inspection in the national anthem, so we're going to step away as Sean Mitchell takes the pole here tonight. Championship night at Homestead. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Homestead Miami Speedway.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And after a great rendition of this nation's anthem, we're going to get ready to head trackside for tonight's championship race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. 100 laps around this 1.48 mile. Well, it's somewhat of a paperclip track. Turns slightly different, 1 and 2, slightly different from 3 and 4. So you can't quite run them the same. Even though they look very similar from high above in the turn 3 blimp cam here tonight. Great aerial shots provided by the blimp cam. We do appreciate them hitting the road with us week in, week out, bringing you all the above sky shots here from Homestead Miami Speedway, as well as the multiple other tracks throughout this season. And the drivers are making their way through pre-race inspection. You can see a few of them already down there on pit lane. Handful of drivers still left to come through pre-race inspection, and this is typically the time that we would bring you those championship standings, but you can take them, throw them out the window, because we've got 8 drivers vying for that championship trophy here tonight. Can Jason Branch find a way to walk away with the hardware? How about Lee Campbell? Jerry Cochran going to start right there in second. Hunter Collier starting in third. Jim Thorndike, he's up in the mix. Noah Owens, as well as Pierce Maffitt. You can never count out that peak racing driver. Maffitt going to start just outside of the top 5 here tonight. But a very, very tight field. Very close racing action here tonight. I would expect to see a lot of drivers not giving a very lot of space, or giving little space, I should say, out there on the track. Every inch is going to count tonight. It is going to come down to the final lap. I don't think we're going to see pure domination by anybody, judging by the times in happy hour as well as qualifying. Drivers do look to be pretty much all over each other when it comes to those speed charts. And we will head towards the front of the grid as drivers make their way to pit lane, and we get set to fire things off here tonight. And as you hear those familiar bells ringing in the background, you know the sound. It's time for the final time here in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Your starting lineup for the championship race tonight looks a little something like this. Starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter inside the Peak Performance Racing Machine, the 58 of Sean Mitchell. Jerry Cochran III going to line up just to his outside back. In row number 2, the 98 of Hunter Collier, followed by the fast 59 of Jim Thorndike. Great qualifying effort out of the 82. Stable Jerry Cochran Jr. will line up in 5th. Another Peak Performance Racing member going to roll off in the 6th position here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Back in row number 4, the 88 of Noah Owens, followed by the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Logan Hartman, Todd McGregor back in row number 5. Roy Fernandez, Andy Starcher pulling admin duties here tonight. It's going to be a stacked field for the championship run. Who's going to take the top spot? We've got 100 laps to find out. That is your starting lineup here tonight from the Homestead Miami Speedway. He's going to get double file. My good buddy Travis Smith going to get ready to duck on off, and we'll get ready to set this thing on fire here tonight as we watch that sunset in the background. It is going to be a very pretty night under the lights. Music slowly beginning to fade away in the background. And the pace car will make that left-hand turn. There it goes. Wait for it, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Pole sitter Sean Mitchell out to a good jump over Jerry Cochran III. We'll stay right here with that 18 machine. Hunter Collier, Jim Thorndike, and Pierce Maffett all lined up on the high side, nose to tail, making their way through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch for the first time here tonight. Field already single file. Not a whole lot of calamity or chaos on this start. Looking to the bottom of the raceway in turn 3, way up the track goes the 58 of Sean Mitchell. Jerry Cochran looking to gain some ground on the bottom. He'll pull even on the exit of 4, but the momentum keeps the 58 in front across the line. I would expect to see a lot of these drivers run that Larson line, that Harry Gant line. The high, wide, and handsome line is going to be something really, really big. Drivers able to drop to the bottom of the racetrack with fresh tires. The grip is there as we see the Grayson Jade Photography 18 duck back to the bottom this time through 3 and 4. Looking to gain a little bit of ground. He'll pull even, but I don't think he's going to have the momentum to keep that spot away. And just like that, Mitchell stays top of the speed charts. He stays top of the board, leading every lap so far. Your pole sitter on the high side. And surprisingly, we are seeing a little bit of separation very early here tonight. Looks like John McMillan Sr. losing a lot of ground right now to Noah Owens, as Owens also dropping a little bit of pace to Jerry Cochran Jr. The 82 machine sitting right there in the 6th position. He's got himself about a half a second advantage over now Lee Campbell. Fastest lap of the race last time around as Jerry Cochran III goes to the top of the leaderboard. He's going to lay down the fastest lap of the race at 33.75, ran by that 18. We've seen that Ford Fusion powered up in qualifying. Looks like he's got it dialed in race trim as well. Not a lot of battles, not a lot of passes. Jerry Cochran III able to make up one position. Pierce Maffin grabbing a spot away from Jerry Cochran Jr. Lee Campbell also gaining quite a bit. He's your biggest mover of the race. Let's go back here and check out that 14 Ford Fusion, the Mobile One, the sponsored 14. Lee Campbell sits right there in the 9th spot. Started pretty much tail end of the field all the way back in 13th, and we've got one driver with some electrical problems, not able to make the start. The 22 of Jason Branch is in trouble, already listed down and out of tonight's race. It's going to be hard-pressed for Branch to even jump back in the car and go out there and have any type of chance at the championship. Tough to watch a driver make it to the end, make it to the track, and with an equipment failure, Jason Branch's championship hopes and dreams come to a close. We're going to jump around the track a little bit. What do you say we watch this battle between Logan Hartman and Todd McGregor as McGregor looks to the bottom of the racetrack? Hartman keeps it wound up at the top, about a lane and a half between the two drivers through 1 and 2. Still side by side in McGregor not able to pull the pass, and that's what I meant by the momentum earlier when we were speaking. That right there, that momentum. McGregor was all over him through the corner. And there he is on the corner exit, almost able to pull the pass, and he's going to clear. Gonna barely clear and take that spot away. Todd McGregor able to keep enough power in that 71 to get through the center of 3 and 4 and take the position on the front stretch. We work our way down the back stretch on lap 8 out of the 100 scheduled here tonight in the official race distance. You're watching Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Back around the track, up into a battle inside of your top 5. There's the 59 of Jim Thorndike slowly closing in on Hunter Collier. Jerry Cochran Jr. lined up just behind him, battling with the 41 of Pierce Maffitt as Maffitt's going to look to the inside. There goes the 82 looking to the inside of that 41. Not going to quite get there just yet. We've got 2 rows battling it out as race leaders step away. 1.3 second advantage for the 18 Grayson Jane Photography Ford Fusion. Jerry Cochran loving it out on the track here tonight. Sean Mitchell beginning to step away from this 3-car battle going on for 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack. There's the 82 of Jerry Cochran Jr. Solid run for Jr. as he makes the pass on the bottom. The 59 of Thorndike going to be left out up at the top. Multiple onboard cameras here tonight. I believe we do have most of the onboard cameras with our championship contenders. So what do you say we get a little bit closer to the action? What do you say we go jump on board? I think we've got one with that 59 of Thorndike. Let's take a look. There you can see right there. Beautiful shot inside the 59 of Jim Thorndike. A few other drivers out there sporting these onboard GoPro camera shots for us. Take a listen to the throttle here. And man, you can hear him really roll out of the throttle, crack into it, and kind of keep it steady. Punch it a little bit and keep it steady there, and then hammer down all the way down the backstretch. A little bit more on the gas through 3 and 4 here. Thorndike looking to try to grab a spot or 2 away from the field. We'll head back a little bit further through this field to one of our other championship chase drivers. Let's go back here with the 51 of John McMillan Sr. There you can see some battles just off in front of him. That is a battle between Jim Thorndike and Pierce Maffitt that you see out of the windshield here with the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Big Mac sitting right where he qualified here tonight in that 8th position. Not really able to go forward, not losing any ground either, just kind of stuck right there, right where he's been running all night long. We'll jump back up here with this battle between the 98 of Hunter Collier, or just behind Collier, I should say. The battle between Thorndike and Pierce Maffitt. Here's Noah Owens, the 88. We said, could he shock the world? Here he comes. He's on his way. He's on a mission. Can the man get the job done here tonight? Looking at some of these drivers, it looks like a few of them really struggling on that high line that we typically see here at Homestead. You know, you're about a half a lane or so off of the outside wall to really make the car work. We're seeing some of these drivers struggle with keeping it up there. We're seeing a lot of drivers dive to the bottom of the racetrack and make that slide job of a pass and keep the position and walk away with some time in their back pocket, as right now, the man at the front of this field, the man on point, looking to snatch the championship trophy here tonight, as well as the checkered flag. He was top of the speed charts in happy hour. Second on the starting grid, the Grayson Jade Photography 18, Ford Fusion of Jerry Cochran has got himself quite a bit of a handful of a lead, 2.5 seconds to be exact. Cochran can put it in, I don't want to say cruise control, but he's getting to a point where he can really begin to monitor the tires. He can really begin to monitor that fuel as he keeps that gap, and that gap continues to increase. It looks like Cochran came to Homestead with one thing in mind, and that is walk away from the field and give myself the best chance and walking away with the championship trophy by the end of the night. And now we see that 18 dominating at the front of this field. Let's jump back a little further through the field. Nose-to-tail battle as Jim Thorndike was able to get up and around Hunter Collier. Collier struggling a little bit now, dropping 2 positions from where he started tonight's race. Big wiggle off of the corner exit. Man, what a run here tonight by Jim Thorndike, huh? What a great run so far here tonight. What a great run so far this year. Thorndike has had a handful of top 10s, a handful of top 5s. Can the driver in that Chevy Impala find a way to get around his fellow championship contenders? We'll have to wait and see how it all gets done. But I want to go up here. How about these 2 drivers right here? Got to highlight the man at the front of the field we talked about him moments ago. Jerry Cochran Jr. leading it. And how about this? We got the Cochran clan in the house right here at Homestead Miami Speedway. How about the run to the front by this 82, Jerry Cochran Jr. Gonna move up 3 positions, and he'll take second place away from Sean Mitchell. Your pole sitter slides back to 3rd. Great run so far here by both of the Cochran clan. The 18 and the 82, 1-2 on the track. Sean Mitchell now back to 3rd. Jim Thorndike and Hunter Collier round out here in top 5. We'll jump to a battle right around that top 5. There you see Collier just off in front of the GTR Simulator 88 of Noah Owens. Owens trying to get that Ford Fusion a little bit further up through the running order. Sits in 6th, looking for more. Trying to find a way to the front to take the championship hardware home. A few wives may be mad here tonight, girlfriends possibly, because, well, they gonna be sleeping on the couch, or he gonna be sleeping on the couch with the trophy. I promise you, you win the championship, that thing's coming to bed. Just a little of a quarter of the way through tonight's race as drivers make their way down the backstretch, watching that 88 of Noah Owens as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. We have been clean and green since the drop of the green flag here tonight as drivers make their way off of turn number 4, head back towards the front stretch down into turn number 1. Here we go. Look at all of these drivers. About that battle right there between Thorndike and Collier. That is one that has been brewing. That is one that is taking place once again down the backstretch. They'll go nose to tail coming right at you back down into turn number 3. Collier hot on the trail of Thorndike. Thorndike not giving any ground away. Back off of 4. Here they go by the boss man in the flag stand. They'll make their way back to turn number 1. What a run by all of them. Whoa! There goes Jerry Cochran III coming right into your living room screen. Great racing action right here, 4th and 5th. They're 6th and 7th in a battle right behind them. Or I apologize, 4th and 5th. Yeah, 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th going at it. Hunter Collier right here in the peak. Hunter Collier in the peak racing. There you go. We can spit it out. We promise we can talk. The L&J Welding sponsored 98 machine looking to get Peak Racing's first championship title out the way early here this week in the Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. We're going to be back trackside here at Homestead tomorrow night with Swift Motorsports in the Performance Truck Series. It doesn't stop there. We'll roll it on over to Wednesday night with the Silverback Tax Solutions Xfinity Series Championship race. And then Thursday night, we will finish off Season 4 with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. It has been an absolute pleasure to watch all of these great races. The great thing is it was completely free. I don't have to pay for any plane tickets to get across the country. These drivers, teams, crew owners, team owners, admins, race officials, man, we get around the country pretty snazzy. I like that word, snazzy. It's a good word. It's a good word. Green flag pit stops underway as the 58 of Sean Mitchell and Jim Thorndike both pulled to pit road this last time around. Jerry Cochran III, what does he do? Does he elect to stay out? I wouldn't really fear an undercut here at Homestead. I think extending the fuel run is the way to go here at Homestead. To be able to have those fresher tires later than everybody else, I think is going to serve a lot of individuals well. And how about the perseverance out of that 22 of Jason Branch? Electrical issues kept the ignition box from firing in his ARCA machine. The Ford Fusion had some trouble getting to the starting grid. They got it all switched up, fixed up down there in the garage. The 22 has joined the track. He is 9 laps down, but he is out there giving it his all. And you never know. You never know. We might have a 12-car pile. That's about the only shot right now for Jason Branch, but he's still going to give it a go. Kudos, hats off to him for his attempts to try to do anything he can to walk away with as many points as he can. And maybe just a bit of bragging rights, being able to finish maybe top 5. If not being able to walk away with that championship trophy. Your top 8 points, 8 spots in the point standings will be decided right here at Homestead Miami Speedway. But it looks like to walk away with the trophy, you're going to have to walk away with the checkered flag. Because Jerry Cochran III stepping out to a 3, the second advantage now, and he's showing no signs of stopping and heading to pit road just yet. The 18 going to stay out on track yet again. Big gaps throughout this field. 3 seconds back to the 82 of Jerry Cochran Jr. running in second. How about third place runner Noah Owens? He's almost 14.5 seconds behind your race leader Todd McGregor, running in the 4th position, almost 20 seconds back. Sits the 5th place runner Big Mac John McMillan Sr. And we are now down to just 7 drivers left on the lead lap, and David Cameron, he is not too far off. Cameron sitting right around, it's a close one. He's sitting right around 7 seconds or so away from falling off in the lead lap. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that 18 Grayson Jade Photography Fusion step into the background here the next handful of laps. And you know what? With these drivers able to stay out now 6 laps longer than the drivers that already came to pit road, as Todd McGregor going to pull his 71 machine down to the attention of the crew on pit road. How long can these drivers really go? With the drivers that already came down pit road, were they playing it to the safe side? You see, well, we see it's mainly those peak racing drivers that came to pit road. Sean Mitchell, Hunter Collier, Pierce Maffett, all come to pit road. 59 of Jim Thorndike came to pit road. Now the 88 of Noah Owens brings his Ford Fusion down to the crew. He's going to get some tires and fuel as well. He should fall off of the lead lap as we continue to watch Jerry Cochran just step away from the field right now. Tons of speed in that car. One of the fastest drivers on track. Even with the older tires, he is only 1.2 seconds slower the driver with the freshest tires on track right now, so not giving up too much time. He's got a lot of gap to play with right now. Lee Campbell, David Cameron, both going to come to pit road. They're both going to fall off of the lead lap as the 18 stays out yet another lap, and it looks like he's trying to turn this thing into a 2-stop race. We're going to have to wait to watch this undercut. We're going to have to wait to see how it all plays out. Where Sean Mitchell, Jim Thorndike, Hunter Collier, and Pierce Maffitt all shake out after the green flag pit cycle finishes itself out. But how about here? Right here, we're going to watch this one right here. Sean Mitchell was fading in the latter portions of this opening green flag run. We watched him lose position all the way back to the 4th spot on track, where I do apologize, to the 3rd spot on track. Running in 3rd now as Jerry Cochran Jr. comes to pit road. Jerry Cochran III also on to pit road this time around. So for all intents and purposes, it does look like this will be the battle for the overall race lead. Jim Thorndike making up a little bit of ground, a little bit of time with a fast pit stop, 14.6 seconds. That is one of the fastest. Whoa, little bit sideways for Sean Mitchell coming off of turn number 4 there. As we are just past the 3rd of the way through tonight. Oh, David Cameron, oh no. And we've seen it beginning to happen in the background coming off of pit road. David Cameron has some trouble. He's going to go ahead and hit the tow truck button, and we'll take a look back at the replay. Oh, well, Cameron maybe just got super loose down there on the apron. Fresh tires for the... Oh, and Collier with contact. Hunter Collier with contact. Let's take a look here. Oh, and there it is. That is going to be significant damage. That is going to spell some big-time trouble for the L&J Welding 98 of Hunter Collier. There's the butt kicker, number 10 of David Cameron down on pit road. Wounded Warrior here tonight as we got our first caution on the evening, coming out on lap number 35. With drivers just completing their green flag pit stops, I gotta ask myself, will we see the majority of the field stay out here? We may see a handful of drivers elect to come down to pit road. Sean Mitchell, Thorndike, Collier, Maffitt all come to pit road. They were on pit road 10 laps ago. So instead of being at a disadvantage on tires, they're now going to be the ones with a 3-lap advantage. And I think they're going to need it. That 18, boy, he on fire. And as we do find ourselves on to caution for the first time here tonight, we're going to step away, pay a few bills. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Homestead, Miami Speedway.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
And backtrack side as promised, not missing any of the green flag action. Field should see the 1 to go sign on display this time around by the boss man in the flag stand. Good buddy up there in the flag stand. Upstate Al going to give all the commands from the flag stand tonight. Travis Smith inside that iRacing pace car, making a few laps here. Our good buddy following us around all year long. Mr. Smith, appreciate all the hard work put in all year long. And here we go. We'll see the 1 to go this time around. I believe the pace car lights. There it is. They're flipped out. It's time to go back. Green flag racing this time around. Don McGregor, Jim Thorndike, Lee Kimball, John McMillan Sr., and Hunter Collier all back down the pit road to fill up on fuel to try to stretch this thing out a little bit further. I don't think they're going to quite get 60 laps in the fuel tank. But I think they're going to be able to stretch it somewhere around that 34, 35 laps. And that's going to put them right there at the end of, I mean, they're going to make it on one more stop. The entire field going to make it back in one more stop. Will we see a rash of cautions here? Cautions do typically bring cautions. Will the field stay? Green flag to the end. Let's find out. Double them up. The Cochran clan on the front row. Noah Owens and Logan Hartman back in row 2. Sean Mitchell and Pierce Maffitt now back in row 3. Drivers make their way off of turn 4. Down goes the pace car, and here we go. Green flag flies once again here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Noah Owens off to a great start. Here comes, I believe that's Sean Mitchell. Yes, your pole sitter all over the 18's rear bumper right now. We're going to take a look back off of the rear bumper of that 18 machine. Just give you a look of just how close these drivers are right behind him. There's that GTR Simulator 88 of Noah Owens looking to the high side, and we've seen Jerry Cochran III utilize that bottom lane multiple laps here tonight. He is definitely taking the shortest way around. We don't know if it keeps as much pace, but he has been able to step away from the field. Sean Mitchell looking back off of this 18. Big dive to the bottom of the corner of 1 and 2. He's going to grab that second position away from Noah Owens as they make their way back down the backstretch. Back down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Field starting to stack itself up. Single file on out here. Close little battle. Second and third, fourth and fifth. Right here with each other now. Here comes Jim Thorndike. He's looking to the inside of Noah Owens. Let's keep our eyes on this battle. Battle for the 3rd and 4th position on the speedway. Don't look now. Here comes that Blues Diecast Peak Racing driver, the 41. Pierce Maffitt. He's up in the mix. He's back into top 5, and Maffitt lays down the quick time in race trim. Inching closer and closer to the halfway point here tonight. A little bit of a Magic Man moment for Pierce Maffitt. Maffitt with a little bit of connection troubles. He'll blink a little bit on the bottom of the racetrack. Thorndike going to keep it at the top, following the tire tracks of Noah Owens. Great run by that GTR Simulator Ford Fusion. Noah Owens having a heck of a night tonight here from Homestead Miami Speedway, running in the 3rd position. Hot and heavy competition all over his rear bumper. Pierce Maffitt and Jim Thorndike, and Noah Owens into the outside wall. That's going to force almost a 3-wide. Whoa, 3-wide moment for a second, as Pierce Maffitt going to go ahead and pull the slide job. He'll slide right up and across the front end of that 88 as Owens drops 2 spots after contact with the outside wall. Noah Owens not done with dealing with fast drivers. Check out Jerry Cochran Jr. and John McMillan Sr. They were making their way towards the front. No, what has happened to that 88? From bad to worse for the 88 of Noah Owens. Let's check the replay. Up on the high side, and it looks like just misjudging it into the oh my gosh, into the outside safer barrier, back across the track and into the inside retaining wall. That's going to spell some big trouble as we now jump back up front with your race leader inside that Grayson Jade Photography 18. Ford Fusion. Ford's leading the field here. You got to go all the way back to 8th place to find your next Ford in line. That's the 14 of Lee Campbell, the Mobile One sponsored machine. All the way back in the 8th spot. And what do you do now? What do you do if you're a crew chief? What do you do if you're a driver? You know you only have a certain amount of tires down there on pit road coming into tonight's race anyway. Do you come down and take the tires now and possibly do a fuel-only run later? Do you save a set for a late race caution? What do you do? Do you come down and maybe get fuel-only? Thorndike, McMillan Sr., Logan Hartman, Lee Campbell, Todd McGregor, Noah Owens, Hunter Collier, all on pit road. Collier has been on pit road for quite some time, though, trying to fix up some of that damage incurred with the contact between himself and the 10 of David Cameron. And how about Jason Branch? We talked about Branch needing to overcome some adversity to find a way to get himself with an opportunity and a chance to pass a handful of drivers for position. And right now, he's been able to gain 2 spots. So, I mean, that already puts him ahead of one of his championship contenders. So now Branch only going to finish back in the 7th spot, worst case scenario in the overall standings, but as one of the heavy favorites coming into tonight's championship race. It's got to be a little heartbreaking for not only the driver inside of that 22, but for the Branch fans out there in the stands. The Big Bopper going to have to reset and reload and try to go after the championship in Season 1 of 2022. We're only a short handful of weeks before we get the first season for 2022 underway here with Swift Motorsports, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Swift. Right at the halfway point under caution for the second time. Here from Homestead Miami Speedway Field, trying to find a way to deal with and do away with fast effusion at the front of the field. Jerry Cochran able to open a 3+ second advantage during that long first green flag run that we had to open up tonight's championship race here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Drivers, crew chiefs now need to find a way. They need to find something and try to force a mistake out of that 18. Well, base car lights are off. We're set to go back green flag racing once again. And how about this? Your front row looks just like it did for the initial start of the race. However, the 18 gonna flop to that inside lane. It'll be the control car for the restart. Pierce Maffitt Jerry Cochran Jr. will make up row number 2. Jim Thorndike and Todd McGregor going to line up side by side back in row number 3. Logan Hartman, Noah Owens, Lee Campbell, and John McMillan Sr. round out your top 10. And I tell you what, race fans, while you're here, while you're at it, join us in our continued quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Pace car, get out the way. It's time to go back. Green flag racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway in Season 4's Championship Night with the butt kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Good jump on the start for that 18. Sean Mitchell all over his rear deck lid. This time around the 58, not letting him get away. Whoa, Pierce Maffin with a handful. Maffin with a white knuckle moment back there in that third position. Whoa, up the track goes Mitchell. Up the track goes Sean Mitchell, almost into that outside wall. Very close to scraping down that outside wall. He's going to have to watch putting the machine that high that early. Going to have to clean off the tires, get some of the marbles off of the tires now. Pierce Maffin recovering well after a big slide from turn 2. Jim Thorndike not able to capitalize. He'll sit right back there in that 4th spot. Jerry Cochran Jr. going to run 5th. Trying to do something with that high side still as the Peak Racing driver. Big twitch and wiggle through 3 and 4. Big run to the bottom. Big crossover. Wow, what a move. Sean Mitchell with the slide job here. Looks like a crossover coming. Not going to be able to be there. Not going to be able to be as close as he needed to be to try that crossover. And right back to the bottom goes the 18. As the 58 struggles with a little bit of pace on the high side. There you can see him, that big twitch and wiggle once again off of 4. Mitchell will keep it at the front. Your pole sitter back to the point for the past 2 laps here. Looking through timing and scoring, we do have a handful of other battles out there on the track. Let's see if we can go back and highlight some more of the drivers mixing it up for position. Going to stay right here for the time being, as it is a battle for the race lead and still not giving it up. Your pole sitter still looking to walk away with the checkered flag here tonight. If he can, we'll go back to the battle with 3rd and 4th on the racetrack now. Pierce Maffin, Jim Thorndike going at it. Jerry Cochran Jr. not too far off of him. 3 out of your top 5 drivers all over each other. How about Todd McGregor closing in on Logan Hartman? Get the Mountain Dew machine. Get the job done here tonight. What a run from Thorndike. I mean, one of the drivers that barely made it in to the championship 8, to the Great 8 here tonight under the lights at Homestead Miami Speedway, battling it out for Season 4's championship trophy. We are less than 50 laps to go. This is what it's all about. This is what the drivers have set their sights on all season long, and we continue to see that battle at the front. Let's go back here to the front. Highlight this battle going on between 2 very, very fast machines. The 18 has the bottom of the racetrack. The Ford Fusion looks to show them how you lay the power down without having to utilize the progressive banking here at Homestead. Not a huge transition in the banking, but as it gradually increases as you go up the track, you're able to keep, if not gain, a little bit of grip as you lean on those slightly banked higher lanes. And that's why we typically see those Larson lines come into play, come into effect here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Battle for 3rd and 4th. Heating up now as Jim Thorndike looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He looked at it for a moment. He's going to go back to the top side. Jerry Cochran Jr. now looking to get 2 positions in one. Not going to have a good center of 1 and 2. Pierce Maffin continues to have those connection issues, and now Thorndike going to get himself a spot. Jerry Cochran Jr. also grabbing the 4th position away as Maffin clears out to the bottom of the racetrack. Back to 5th. Big run to the high side. My gosh. The 58, he almost checked out. I mean, did you see that entry? Oh my goodness. I don't know if there was a half of a lane, like an eighth of a lane. The dude maybe had 2 or 3 paper widths between himself and the outside safer barrier heading down into the corner. I mean, he drove that thing in deep into the corner. Whew, flirting with that outside wall through the center of 1 and 2. Sean Mitchell trying everything he can to keep some speed underneath that Chevy Impala, but I just don't think the Impala has it in it to run down the fast forward Fusion at the front. Jerry Cochran stepping away once again, building that gap. We'll go ahead and drop that timing and scoring information down for you, let you check the gaps, find out where your favorite driver is running. What a race, what a night. We are down to just 41 laps remaining here in season number 4 for Swift MotorSports BUTTKICKER. Ayer's iRacing paints ARCA series drivers have mixed it up all season long, and it all comes down to this. Who's got what it takes to capture the flag under the lights down here in beautiful sunny Florida? Homestead Miami Speedway hosting not only tonight's championship night for the Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA series, but also for all of Swift Motorsports divisions. Speaking of Swift Motorsports divisions, season signups taking place right now. If you're looking to jump in a multitude of cars with a well-established, well-run, very competitive series, head on over to Facebook.com. You can also find them right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Head on over to League Directories, type in Swift Motorsports, get yourself hooked up with one of these league admins, get yourself hooked up with one of the series directors, and you may be able to find yourselves out there on the track. You take a pick what car you want to run, and if you meet the requirements, you'll find yourself out there with a championship chase, or hopefully the championship chase. How about the run? We've got to mention him. He's not here tonight, but we got to give the man a big shout out, winning the last 2 races in a row, coming in right at chase time. Jamie Plord in that 37 machine, absolute lights out over the course of the last 4 races that he was with Swift Motorsports, going to victory lane 2 out of 4 races as of late. Plord Don at the track here tonight. He elected to keep it in the hauler and elected to let the championship play itself on out here tonight. But you better beware. You better watch out. We spoke about it in the previous weeks here in the cave. And I think we're going to be speaking about Jamie Plord a lot more next season. Keep your eyes out for that 37 to make his way back to the track as we kick off Season 1 in 2022 here in the next few short weeks into the outside wall. The 58 of Sean Mitchell, who's been running that very extreme high line. We told you he was flirting with it and overstepped just a little bit in the 58. Now big time struggles with some handling. You can see the car really giving him a fit off of turn 4. And now Jerry Cochran Jr., the second of the Cochran clan, looking to grab second position away and fire himself off into the sunset. And well, there it is. There's the pass. looking for the crossover, looking to try to pull the same move that he was able to do on the 18 of Jerry Cochran III, and it's not going to work out this time. Great situational awareness by the driver inside of that 82 machine. Cochran Jr. blocking the attempts and into the outside wall. Hard goes Sean Mitchell. That's going to crinkle some more sheet metal, and that's going to put him right into the clutches of that 59 of Jen Thorndike. Here comes Thorndike on a run. We'll jump on board, ride with Thorndike as he looks to the bottom of the racetrack up on the high side. Mitchell still trying to make it work. Still hanging on to third for the time being, but the Blues die-cast Pete, a racing driver, he's got his hands full. A little look from inside the car of Jim Thorndike as he continues to keep that DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC sponsored 59 at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take that position away, move Thorndike into a podium spot. He's running in third. Not a whole lot of battles to really speak of here tonight. We're seeing a big discrepancy from what we watched in happy hour. Teams and drivers all over each other on the speed charts in happy hour. It looks like some of that just did not translate to race pace because we have quite a few big gaps out through this field. 3.4 second advantage for your race leader over a fast 82 of Jerry Cochran Jr. Jr. sitting with about a 2-second advantage over Jim Thorndike, who's got himself right at a second advantage over Sean Mitchell. Another 3 seconds back to Pierce Maffett, so on and so forth. The gaps continue to build. And how about that 22 of Jason Branch? Gaining 2 positions, sitting in 10th right now. Ahead of Hunter Collier. And Collier, it's going to be one of those, let me find the words to say it here. It's going to be one of those make it or break it seasons right here. And this, again, race fans out there in TV land watching around the world, watching over there on the YouTube side of things. We do appreciate you hanging out over there in Twitch as well. If you're over there on the Facebook side of things, good to see you joining in with us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the championship night here in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker. Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Collier, one of those drivers that walked away with a top 10 in almost every single race he's been in this season in the ARCA Series. I believe it was 12. 12 out of the 14 races already in the bag that he walked away with a top 10. Walked away with numerous top 5s as well. Walked away with a race win. Walked away with the regular season points championship this year. Came into the championship chase as a well-considered front runner for the championship. But now he finds himself down and out. Green flag pit stops well and underway, giving up that top spot to come to pit road for what should be the final time of the night. Jerry Cochran Jr. making his way back off of pit road. Now, what will happen if we get a late race caution? There you can see the 58 of Sean Mitchell trying to get himself back on the lead lap after making his green flag pit stop. Pierce Maffin just now making his way off of pit road back on the apron through 1 and 2. How long will this 71 of McGregor keep his machine out there on the racetrack? There you can see Jim Thorndike trying to keep himself on the lead lap. Looks like he's going to be able to do so. Will he be able to sniff a little bit of draft, a little bit of help out of that 58 of Sean Mitchell? And here comes Todd McGregor to pit road for the final time here under green flag conditions in season number 4. Lee Campbell also going to go ahead and come to pit road. We're going to watch this 22 of Jason Branch, the double deuce, having electrical issues coming into tonight's race. Missed the start, went down a handful of laps to begin tonight's race. And I mean, I got to give him a job well done anyway. He may not walk away with the championship hardware tonight, but he has made up 4 laps with only the help of 2 cautions here tonight. It's off for the determination, for the tenacity out of both the crew and the driver inside of that 22 machine. Jason, unfortunately, it's not going to go your way this season. But don't count him out. You should see that fast double deuce on track tomorrow night. Once again, he's got another shot for another championship. We'll have to see if a driver in the field here tonight has a shot to walk away with 2 championships. We do have a handful of drivers that have that opportunity. That window is slowly closing, though. Pierce Maff at the 41 sits in that 6th position. He is the only other driver in this field that has a shot at walking away with a championship trophy tomorrow night in the Performance Truck Series Championship. So with Branch out of the equation to go with the double shot, can Pierce Maffett somehow find a way to make his way up around a lot of fast drivers and walk away with a checkered flag with the race win as well as a championship trophy? We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out, how it all pans out. And we've got a battle for 3rd and 4th on the track. Sean Mitchell and Jim Thorndike absolutely going at it. Side by side back across the line. They'll head down into turn number 1. There they go, side by side through turn 1. Right through the center of 1 and 2. They begin to close in on Noah Owens, who is yet to make his pit stop. Owens still needs to come to pit road for the final time here tonight. And Owens going to lose a ton of ground. Big damage on that 88. We'll give up those 2 positions as now Thorndike and Mitchell battle for 2nd and 3rd, and Jim Thorndike to the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like he's going to all but have that position by the time they cross the line, and there they go. The DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC 59 moves to 2nd. Maybe hoping, banking, wishing for a late race caution. The 88 of Noah Owens elected to stay out and extend this fuel run. Doesn't look like he's going to catch a break here later. Looks like we're going to keep this thing clean and green to the end. The final 20 laps in Season 4 now underway. And proving us wrong once again this year, the 18 of Jerry Cochran Jr., the Grayson Jade Photography Ford Fusion absolutely dominating performance. We didn't think we were going to see this kind of a dominating performance here at Homestead, not with the times in happy hour, not with the speeds in qualifying. I don't want to say drivers sandbagging at all, but maybe just the long run speed has really just been the difference here for that 18. He came on strong about a quarter of the way through the run. And that's just where he gets better and better. Or maybe he doesn't get as worse. I don't know the way to really terminalize that for you there or express it for you. But maybe other drivers suffering a little bit more tire wear than what maybe that 18 is. Maybe he's able to manage the tires and the fuel just that much better that it looks like he is that much better. Whatever it is underneath that machine right now, making things work for the driver inside of his 18 office. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and take a look inside of that office at the man at the front of the field, the 18 of Jerry Cochran Jr. Sunday drive at the front of the field with just 17 laps to remaining. We'll have 16 to go this time around. And Cochran Jr. has himself a 10-second advantage over Jim Thorndike. Sean Mitchell back in third. Fourth place, Jerry Cochran Jr. and Pierce Maffitt round out your top five. And a big shout out to all of the drivers that are scrolling across the bottom of your screen there. Very tough season, very tough year. Had to be on it week in and week out to fight your way into the championship chase, then make it through the round of 16 to the round of 12. Now, here to the Grade 8 battling for the Season 4 championship. Big time shout out to all of the drivers that made tonight's championship race. Jason Branch, Lee Campbell, Jerry Cochran III, Hunter Collier, John McMillan Sr., Pierce Maffitt, Noah Owens, and Jim Thorndike all have an outstanding run, a great year. They all look for a trophy, but only one man can walk away with it, and he's going to ensure that he does so the easiest way. And that's by going out and winning the race, walking out and capturing the flag, and he looks to do it once again here in the final race for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Looking back through, and can this be Jerry Cochran III's second win of the year? Not only a handful of drivers have been able to pull that off. Pierce Maffitt, Brandon Key, Jamie Plord. 3 drivers able to win 2 races this season. And it looks like Jerry Cochran III going to join that trio of drivers with 2 race wins. Gonna go back to one of the only battles on the track. What do you say we jump back here to 3rd, 4th, and 5th all over each other? There you see Sean Mitchell, Jerry Cochran Jr., as well as Pierce Maffitt. Whoa, close, and contact. Contact between the 82 and the 58, and Mitchell not happy about it. He's gonna punt the 82 right up the track. Crossover coming, Maffitt all over him. Contact, they rub doors into the outside while they go. Ooh, contact on track. And we're gonna see a caution flag fly on that one. Oh boy, there's gonna be some fisticuffs, I believe, flying at the end of this one. Let's go check the replay. There you can see that contact right there, door-to-door contact, and wow, oh my gosh. How about the hit was so hard for Jerry Cochran Jr. that when he came back across the track and hit that 58, he almost flipped the 58. Let's watch it one more time here. almost up and over. That is how hard and severe that contact with the outside safer barrier was for the driver inside of that 82 machine, Jerry Cochran Jr. Great run tonight. Gonna come to an end, and we'll get ourselves back up near the front, back with your race leader as he catches up to the pace car. What do you do in this situation, race fans? 10 laps to go. Do you come for tires? And do you come for tires? That's the question. Do you give up the top spot and come for tires right here? I don't care what the 18 does. If I'm the 59 or further back, I'm getting tires. And it looks like Jerry Cochran, the third crew chief, is going to tell them they can't beat us without tires. They're going to have to come if we don't. They're going to have to come even if we don't come. So go ahead, bring it down to the crew. We'll get you 4 fresh Goodyears and get you fired off and ready to go to the end. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, but don't worry, race fans, you won't miss any of the green flag action live right here from Homestead, Miami Speedway. trying to see if we can have confirmation from race control if this will be a green-white checkered attempt. We're not getting that confirmation just yet. Caution comes out on the track for a water bottle left on the backstretch. And how about Jason Branch getting himself another lap back? I'm telling you, the guy has almost made up 9 laps. That is ridiculous. And you know, I mean, we've got to say it. I can't stress it enough. He's not going to walk away with the championship, but showing what a champion is all about. Coming out 9 laps down on the field when they were finally to get the ignition box working and get that 22 Double Deuce Ford Fusion fired up and on the track. He has pounded the pavement lap after lap, getting lap back here and there, and he has found a way from 9 laps down. He will be just 4 laps down when we take the green flag. Job well done. That is what champions are made of, and we'll jump back to what may be your new Season 4 champion. We're going to see the lights go out on the pace car this time around, and we will see ourselves a 2-lap shootout to the end of tonight's race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Things heating up under the lights. Field will receive the 1 to go this time around, and we will have ourselves a green-white checkered attempt. It is going to be listed as an official green-white checkered attempt. So after we drop the green flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it happens to be another yellow or we see the white flag fly. The next race will end tonight's championship night here in the Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Ooh, boy. We said he was walking away. We said he was dominating. He's going to have to dominate a restart once again here. The 18 of Jerry Cochran III going to have to put that Grayson Jade photography machine up through the gears clean. He's going to have to get a good jump on the restart. Does have the benefit of being the control car, so look for a big dive out of Pierce Maffett. This is gonna get crazy. This is gonna get good. Will we see a big move? Will we see drivers go around on this last lap? Jim Thorndike, Todd McGregor right there to pick up the pieces. How about Lee Campbell running out the top 5? Noah Owens, Jerry Cochran Jr. back in 7th with John McMillan Sr. running in 8th. Pace car going to duck off for the final time here in season number 4. And we'll say it once again. Green flag flies for the final time here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker. Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Pierce Maffett under fire from Jim Thorndike. Close racing for 2nd and 3rd. 14 with contact with the 71 of Todd McGregor as the 18 begins to step away off of turn 2. He's got a 2-car length advantage down the backstretch. They all chase the 18 back into turn number 3. Now a 3-car advantage and sending it on the outside wall. Wall riding that thing all the way around. Coming to the white flag checker, coming out next. My, what a run Pierce Maffitt gonna utilize the wall ride. And I'm not sure how this is gonna go down, but gonna cross the flag here. Jerry Cochran gonna take the checkered flag. Jim Thorndike gonna finish back in second, with the third place runner gonna go to Todd McGregor. Looks like Pierce Maffitt may have had some connection issues right there at the end. Unfortunately, the 41 gonna fall through the field, and he's gonna finish all the way outside of the top 5. Tough break, tough run there for the 41 of Pierce Maffitt, as Jerry Cochran the third takes the checkered flag, and he walks away with the Season 4 championship. He's going to bring it to the front stretch and put on a little bit of a smoke show. Job well done for the man inside of that 18 machine. Look at him get busy down there on the track. Looks like he's got his formal wear on. Check out the bow tie suit inside of that 18. And as he enjoys his post-race celebrations, we're going to get set and ready for our post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's championship race. What a barn burner. What a run we had here tonight. Walking away with the checkered flag, walking away with the season championship. The 18 of Jerry Cochran gets the job done. What a run, man. I'm telling you, that was absolutely unbelievable what the 18 was able to do here tonight. But first, let's go ahead and see if we can catch in and have a few words with a few of his fellow podium drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the driver that walked away third here in the season 4 finale. Todd McGregor, it's Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, Dave.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after finishing out the season on a solid high note, walking away with another podium?
Oh, it makes you feel a little bit better. I was just trying to stay out of all of the, the top 8 guys. Didn't want to get in their way. I think I ran a pretty clean race with it, but honestly, kind of glad to get this season behind me. It's not been very fun and very favorable for me.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough go for you this season at 71 crew, the Mountain Dew crew, having I'll say some mishaps throughout the course of the season, but now that we get to close the book, we get to close the chapter, season 4 chapter, we look forward to next season starting here in the next handful of weeks. Does these final few races where you've built a little bit of momentum, does it give you any good feels heading into next year?
Well, I don't want to say anything just yet, but I think there's some good things coming our direction and probably help us all out. And I believe, we'll see something come about next season that will try to get some attention.
All right, well, secrets, they're going to come out in silly season here, I would say in about 2 weeks or so anyway. So we'll keep our eyes glued to the Swift Motorsports pages and trying to figure out what that great news is. Todd, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Before we let you go, would you like to give any final thank yous, love you, shout-outs, your welcomes, give any special love to anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh, I just appreciate the good Lord above and my family, my wife, and my kiddos, and you guys for doing what you do. I know it's probably a challenge to be able to do all this stuff, but the guys at Swift Motorsports run a excellent series. They hold everybody accountable, and they have a lot of integrity behind it. So I appreciate that a great deal.
Absolutely. Well, again, Todd, pleasure watching you yet again this season, and we look forward to catching up with you trackside. We've still got 3 more nights. We might see you back on track again before the week's out, but we look forward to seeing you back in the ARCA series next season as well. Until then, my man, keep it safe and keep it fast.
We'll do it. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walked away here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway in the final spot on the podium. 71 of Todd McGregor walks away in third, and that's going to move us right along to the man that finished back in second here. Great run by that 59 machine. Let's see if we can dial up and have a quick word with the man inside of that 59. Jim, it's Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Thorndike, I hope you don't mind me saying Mr. Thorndike. Jim, well, we'll just get back to Jim. A heck of a run for you. Heck of a race, man. How'd you walk away? How'd you get to second?
Oh, I just kind of tried to use a little strategy with saving my tires early on so I'd have something at the end. At the same time, I was trying to save some fuel so that if we had the race went green, I could use fuel strategy, try and win. But all in all, it just come down to being in the right place at the right time at the end.
Yeah, sometimes it pays to be in the right place at the right time. It's not necessarily always being lucky. Sometimes, as you said, with strategies and things of that nature, you put yourself in that position. And fortunately enough for you, it paid off for you. You got yet another podium this season to go along with a race win. So as season 4 comes to a close, as that's it here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway, what's your thoughts? What's your plans for next year? Will we see you back in one of these ARCA cars?
Yes, sir, I believe so. If schedule permits it, I plan on running again next season, and hopefully I'll get one spot better.
Well, we're going to hold you to that, and we're going to hope we can see you do it as well. Heck of a run for you and your 59 crew here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. So for a final time, Jim, would you like to give any special shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank my girlfriend for taking care of our daughter while I do this. And I'd like to thank the military for everything they do to allow us to do this. And my job, they sponsor me here. So DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac dealership in DeKalb, Illinois. If you're looking for a deal, I can hook you up. And Dave, always got to say, you do a great job. Put on a good broadcast week in and week out. So I got to put a shout out to you too.
Well, we do appreciate the kind words, Jim, and as I've said multiple times, I believe to you directly as well, it's easy to do a good job here from our side when we've got such a great product to put on display. You guys here at Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER, Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series do a heck of a job no matter what tracks we're on. And again, man, it's been a pleasure here in Season 4, and we'll see how you go next year, and hopefully we can have some more of these conversations.
Yes, sir. And you have a good off season.
Absolutely. We're going to hit the track and see if we can't rub some fenders with some of you guys, but we'll see if Turn 3 allows me to pull the cars out. Sometimes they're a little stingy.
It'd be nice if we could come out and play with us a little bit. We'd appreciate that.
Well, we'll put in for it. We'll see if we can make it happen. Jim, again, congratulations on the great year, and we'll catch up with you here soon.
All right. Thank you much, Dave. You have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Jim Thorndike in that 59 crew. Gonna walk away with second here tonight, making the DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac dealership proud. What a run, what a night. And now it all comes down to this. The man that dominated walked away with the checkered flag here tonight. The man with the season trophy in victory lane. Jerry Cochran III, man, how you feeling, and how good does this sound? Season champion, Jerry Cochran III.
It sounds great, Dave. It's man, it's been a wild ride this season. You know, I've had a lot of ups and downs and some mistakes, and thought I took myself out of it a couple of times. And you know, this season wasn't nothing like last. You know, the new car, all the guys in here, man, it's been multiple winners. It ain't just been 3 or 4. And, man, it's been tough to even run top 3. You know, when you make mistakes, you don't even get to run top 3. So, man, to come in tonight, be quick in practice, quick in qualifying, and, man, just really get comfortable and find the line. And, man, it feels great.
Well, we'd have to agree with most of what you're saying there as far as, I mean, this season, halfway through the year, we had a different race winner for every race, so the wins aren't something that you can bank on anymore. You got to be on it week in, week out. You and the 18 crew, you had some good runs, then you had a little rough go there for a handful of races, but fortunately enough, towards the end of the season, you were able to string together a good group of finishes and put yourself with a shot at it here tonight. On that last restart, knowing that it was your one and only chance to walk away with the checkered flag and walk away with the season championship, what went through your mind coming to that restart box?
Honestly, Pierce, Jim, I mean, I'm not super quick. I'm not one of them super quick guys on brand new tires that can lay down 3 or 4 qualifying laps in a row. And so I was worried, man. I was really worried. I did not want to see none of them yellows at the end. I wanted it to stay green. I was in my zone and comfortable, and I'm going to tell you what, my hands are awful sweaty them last 15 minutes there.
I could imagine, my man. Even if I don't know if you wear your racing gloves when you're racing or not, but even if you do, I guarantee you the inside of them things, if you turn them over, you might get a little bit of water to pull out. I know that's kind of nasty, but yeah, I know you were white knuckle and wide-eyed right there coming to the end, man.
Yeah, I was. Unfortunately, man, we're in the process of moving, so I don't have no gloves tonight, and I always do wear gloves, and that's my rig is set upside my dad's, and he's been laughing at me about that ever since I've got my rig set up in his house.
Well, Jerry, my man, it doesn't matter where you're racing from. All that matters is that you join us at the track week in, week out. Man, heck of a year for you and that Grayson Jade Photography 18 crew. Before we let you go and for the final time here in the ARCA series in season 4, would you like to give any special thanks, shout-outs, I love yous, anything like that? You're the champion, man.
Yeah,
Mike's yours.
Most definite, man. I want to start off by thanking you. Turn 3, everything you do. I know it takes a lot of time to do this. I know you do it 3 nights a week. So, thank you for that. And, putting on the killer show that you do, it's fun to go back and watch these things and listen to you get excited at different points of the race and all that. Thank Ayer's iRacing, Paints, Justin Gann, Gary, Andy, Roy. I know I'm forgetting a bunch, but all the guys that make this happen. Swift Motorsports, it's a great league. All the guys, I know they're talking. I won't be here next year for ARCA, but I know they're talking about going back to the old car. But man, this new car has really made it interesting. It's brought out multiple different winners, and it's been something. But Grayson J Photography, Velocita, Team FX, my dad, all the time we put in practicing. Man, it's been a hell of a year, and I'm very thankful, very grateful for where I'm sitting at right now.
Absolutely. We couldn't be more thankful to have a class act and a fast driver such as yourself representing the Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series, walking away with the Season 4 championship. As you said, you won't be here next year, but, well, your name goes down in the history books. You are a season champion here, and we'll see if whatever your endeavors bring you to, we'll see if you can grab another championship or 2 at that as well. Until then, Jerry, my man, keep it fast, keep it safe, and enjoy this. You are a season champion.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. We'll see you in a few weeks, bud.
All right, there you have it. Final words from a happy, thankful, proud, fast Grayson Jade Photography sponsored Ford Fusion. Jerry Cochran III walks away with the race win, walks away with the most laps led, walks away with the checkered flag, and he's going to hoist the big boy trophy, your season champion. Here for Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER, Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series, the 18 of Jerry Cochran III. Well, what a show, what a night here from Homestead Miami Speedway. I mean, we had a little bit of a mix of it all out there tonight. We had some fuel strategy. We had some late race cautions. We had some calamities going on. What a year, what a night. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than this. Man, what a night here from Homestead Miami Speedway. As you hear the producers hitting those buttons in the background, we're not going to run down the end of the running order. What we will do is take this time to give big shout-outs to all of the series admins across the board: Justin Gann, Andy Starcher, Roy Fernandez, all making things happen here in the first 2 nights of the week for Swift Motorsports. A lot of other drivers, Don Kidder for what he does with the Xfinity Series. I mean, it can't get much better. Michael Robinson helping with the admin team as well. How about all the sponsors here with Swift Motorsports? The Ayers iRacing Paints sponsoring the ARCA Series Performance Truck. Stepping up as well, Silverback Tax Solutions on the Wednesday night Xfinity Series, and rounding out the 4th and final series with Swift Motorsports, Hyperdrive coming on board sponsoring the Cup Series yet again here in season number 4. And how about you get out there, feel what you've been missing? BUTTKICKER sponsoring all 4 series. Can't thank all of them enough, and can't thank you enough out there in TV Land race fans. You're why we do it. Without you, there would be no us. And again, join us in our continued quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe even sponsors, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Gonna slide this one on in. How about late happy belated birthday to our very own Muth in the booth, sharing a birthday with, I believe it is Jack Roush. So, Roger Pinsky, I apologize, with the same birthday. So, two greats born on the same day. With all that being said, we're going to cut off the lights, roll up the cords, and get ready for tomorrow night's racing action right here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Well, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.